they talking real loud, spreading on lies, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. With my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swirling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track.
Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud, spreading on lies, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. With my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swirling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. Haze on the corner, they talking real loud, spreading on lies, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. With my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swirling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your daily vitamins. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Now, with that being said, let's see who all is in here. Okay, we got We the People, Juju, G from the Land, Lillian X. All right, let's get into it. Okay, everybody hit that like button. I see you, Leon. Okay, I saw Ashgod in here. Ashgod said he's driving. All right. Century Prophetic Bastard. Okay, Emperor Rex, Trisha. All right, so shout out to all of my loyal royals and everyone tuned into the Queen. And a big shout out to my moderators because y'all know they be putting in work. Okay, so I see you, Buckhorse DC, Queen of Money Huey. Okay, so before we get into it, hey, that crazy beach Aries, the busy diva is here. Before we get into it, let's have a brief word from my sponsors at 12 Tribes. In the meantime, everybody hit the like button. Thank you.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Okay, so don't forget you can purchase 12 Tribes hair oil at Etsy.com. Just look for Lisa Crafts. You can also find it at Walmart.com. And don't forget that she sells beard oil as well. Okay, now that all being said, uh, let's go. Before we get into this whole story about this, what happened to this child, we'll get to that. I'm going to save that because I know some people are going to be coming in late. So let's go to our war updates first. Now, the Young Turks posted on TikTok some updates, and we're going to go to that. And also, Keg's Breath accused Mark Kelly of sedition. And I really like his nerve. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Now, I'm going to put an overlay on this.
Iran does not have the capability to strike the United States. Their plan, once the US struck them and started this war, was to strike US bases in the Gulf region, and that's exactly what they did. Now, these Gulf countries were under the impression that if they host US military bases, that means that it's going to bolster their security. Oops. Well, that didn't happen. And so now the real question is whether or not these Gulf countries would even be willing to host US military bases should the US government decide to rebuild those bases. So NBC cited several sources for their reporting here, including 3 anonymous US officials, 2 anonymous GOP congressional aides, and 1 anonymous person familiar with the damage. The sources claim that the destruction caused by Iran spans across several countries in the Middle East and could cost up to $5 billion to repair. And that's actually a pretty conservative estimate, to be quite frank. More on that in just a bit. According to the sources, Iranian forces managed to strike runways, high-end radar systems. In fact, the radar systems is what they went for first, which was incredibly strategic. Clearly, they had a plan in mind. They knew that the United States was going to attack them, and they knew what they were going to do in response. Dozens of aircraft, warehouses, command headquarters, aircraft hangars, and satellite communications infrastructure. So Iran even managed to bypass American air defenses. So early in the war, an Iranian F-5 fighter jet bombed the US base Camp Buring in Kuwait, despite the base having air defenses, a rare breach that marked the first time an enemy fixed wing aircraft has struck an American military base in years. But let me continue with more of the damage. So the $5 billion price tag that I had referenced earlier does not include the cost of fixing some equipment like the radar and aircraft that was destroyed, which is gonna cost a lot of money. So Iran hit US bases in at least 7 different countries: Bahrain, Iraq, Jordan, Kuwait, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE. The report claims that detailed information is being withheld from members of Congress, which should be unsurprising. One of the anonymous congressional aides even said that no one knows anything, and it's not for lack of asking. We have been asking for weeks and not getting specifics, even as the Pentagon is asking for a record high budget. If you guys can remember, Donald Trump has requested a defense budget of $1.5 trillion, which is insane, which is absolutely insane. But the administration has even requested that private satellite companies refrain from imaging the US bases that have been destroyed. And that was confirmed by a satellite company called Planet Labs. I really don't know what to say. We're in a lot of trouble. And by the way, the fact that we've depleted 80% of our missile interceptors when we're making enemies all across the globe in order to make our little friend Israel happy should be concerning for anyone who has any fear for our national security.
Now Saudi Arabia and UAE are looking around, maybe thinking about doing it. Saudi Arabia, not UAE in this particular case, thinking about doing a deal with BRICS instead of us for security, because they're like, all that Israel and America has brought us is pain and trouble and bombings. So we're now less safe because we were stupid enough to make a deal with the Israelis and Americans, basically. So now let's break this down further. By the way, this was said by one of our members a couple of weeks ago, and it's really stuck with me. It was Israeli and Trump racism that actually cost us dearly, because the Israelis came in and told Trump, oh, these dumb Iranians, they won't even be able to figure out how to close the Strait of Hormuz. Remember, these are savage Muslim terrorists. They don't know anything. Oh, bombing our bases, your bases in the Gulf? They won't be able to do that at all. Remember, they're barbarian, savage cavemen, right? Oops. But no, they know things. They're not, oh, me, ooga booga, like the Israelis want you to believe. And so it turns out not only have they done massive damage, let me just add on to what Anna said. Yeah, the 5 billion number is a joke because it doesn't include all the radar. We lost apparently dozens of planes. What happened to, we have total control over their airspace? No, apparently we don't, because our planes keep getting shot down. Okay, apparently 3/4 of Iran's air force still exists. So the whole thing of like, they don't have an air force anymore, not true.
No, they've totally been obliterated.
Yeah, F-5 jet of Iran, as Anna told you, gets past our security and bombs a US base. First time that's happened in years and years and years, right? So apparently their pilots are pretty good and their air force still exists. The fast boats are obliterating us in the Strait of Hormuz. They still have plenty of fast boats. And so they don't need to beat an aircraft carrier. They just need the fast boats to plant the mines and leave. So they apparently have an endless source of those. And then on top of all of that, the missiles, we destroyed almost all their ballistic missiles. No, they have thousands of missiles and drones left. So they have plenty of ammunition left. They don't have the giant ships and planes we have, but they don't need them. But Trump, being like the lowest IQ leader that any country has ever had, was like, our button is bigger than theirs. Our ships are bigger than theirs. Yeah, but brother, Goliath was bigger than David, but the slingshot made a bit of a difference, right? So you've got to calculate, hey, I wonder what that slingshot can do. But apparently everyone in our government is a bunch of morons who are like, it'll be easy against the stupid Muslim savages. Oh no! Well, what happened? You idiots? Now the entire world economy is in danger, let alone all the people who have been killed by this totally needless war, right?
Exactly.
So when you look at all this, where we stand now, guys, is not only did the war cost $2 billion a day in the beginning when we're firing off all the rockets, now it's down to $1 billion a day. They're asking for $400 billion extra to fight this war, even though they told us it would be easy and cheap. And then on top of that, there's the economic damage that's coming from all the gas prices and food prices and inflation that's coming. So we're supposed to pay all of this. And Israel says, not enough. Go back into the war and put your stupid ground troops in so they could die instead of Israelis. And we're not done stealing Lebanon. And we're not done trying to create a civil war in Iran so millions of people can die. America's back to work, back to the war, Israel says. And that's where we are today. We're now apparently beholden to our overlords in Israel who demand compliance and that we pay every price there is. So we've lost men, we've lost aircraft, we've lost a significant amount in our military. And finally, 80% of our defensive missiles have already been used up. And Israel says, we don't care, send your ships into the Gulf. And you know why? Because if Iran sinks one of our ships, we're gonna be super angry and we're gonna stay in the war longer. So Israel's like, please, I wonder, Anna, now this is getting over the top. But a lot of people are worried about false flags and
like a USS Liberty type situation.
Oh, how dare you mention facts? Yeah, I don't know what could happen, but I'll tell you what, if somebody hits one of our ships, we should ask a million questions about how that happened, okay?
Yeah, we won't, but it's okay.
Yes, but our
It's not
press will
okay,
of course
but,
say, oh no, anyone asking questions of the government is an anti-Semite and we should all bow our heads. Back to the mines, Americans. You haven't done enough war for Israel yet.
Also nefarious. Okay, and for those of you who remember, I reported on the USS Liberty where our ship was attacked by It's Not Real. 34 dead US soldiers. The survivors told the story. It's all documented. And that's not being anti-Semitic, those are facts. Now, with that all being said, speaking of all the people dying, let's go take a look at Lebanon, what's going on there. May that poor sweet baby rest in peace. That's the little girl that I showed you all this morning. That is so sad. Just wickedness. So let's next go to Professor Morandi. This broadcast just started a few minutes ago. He's on someone's channel. Actually, it started like 12 minutes ago. Okay, he talks about Iran reveals Trump card threatening retaliation that will make the U.S. regret it. So I definitely want to hear this. Okay, likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance.
Randy, with the latest post on Donald Trump's account and through social, he says that their air defense, he's talking about Iran, their air defense, Air Force, Navy, and the leadership is gone. They want to talk. I said too late. What is your response to that? How does it reflect the reality of what's going on?
Well, I guess it's over then, Nemo, so we don't need to continue the discussion. It's time for us to surrender, I suppose, and I'll just end it with my surrender to the U.S. Armed Forces. But again, that's when during the 12-day war, I'm sure you recall, Trump demanded unconditional surrender. And he was constantly posting how he can kill the leader and all that sort of outrageous nonsense. And he was gloating about how they were deceitful at the negotiating table and how bad things were on the Iranian side. And then it turned out when the halt in hostilities took place, he actually admitted that Iran gave the Israelis a beating. And then, of course, we learned from other sources that the Israelis had been seeking a ceasefire for days, and Trump was trying to get that ceasefire for them. So that unconditional surrender didn't go that well. This time, they thought that, well, Iran wasn't a house of cards, so what we'll do is we'll mobilize everything we have, the anti-forever war Trump. I said, we'll mobilize everything, and they did. They brought a huge amount of weapons and jets and ships to the region, and they attacked alongside their sidekick, or maybe they're the sidekick to the Israeli regime. Who knows? But they failed, and the murder of Ayatollah Khamenei, his martyrdom, made people outraged, not just in Iran, but across the region and beyond. You see Ayatollah Khamenei now being mourned in places that you could never have imagined. In Iraq, it's like Iran. You have huge crowds on the streets. So what they did, Trump, was they called for the Iranians to come to the streets. But the Iranians came for the exact opposite reason that Trump was demanding. They came to commemorate the martyr, Ayatollah Khamenei. They came to condemn the United States. I don't know if you can hear, they're bombing right now. They came to defend the Islamic Republic and to reject the empire, and demanding the armed forces to strike back and to strike back hard and harder. This is because the United States and the West, the collective West, never understood Iran. They look at Iran from a racist, Orientalist point of view. They see it as incapable of governing itself, being backward, unpopular, about to implode. They've been saying it for well over 40 years. I said this before on another program. I've been doing these weekly programs on Ahmadiyyah called Demystifying Iran. And the last one that I did last Friday, it was about how the narrative of Iran always collapsing remains the same over decades. So the same things that are being said today by the New York Times and the Washington Post were being said in the 1980s and the 1990s and at the beginning of the new century. You could put those articles or those, excuse me, or those phrases or the headlines in today's reports, and you wouldn't notice the difference. Back then, they were saying people are sick and tired of the revolution. The younger generation, they were saying in the 1990s, they don't want this anymore. They want something different. There's a second revolution brewing, and it's always the same. But this collapsing Iran has been collapsing for 47 years, and now the Americans are waging war against the country, along with the Israeli regime, with everything they have, and the country is steadfast and resilient.
Okay, so now I'm going to move on, but also the USS Higgins caught fire. Okay, that's one of the USS ships. Now this caught fire, but again, they're saying that it did not get hit. Now I want you all to pay attention. How do they keep having fires on these ships, but at no time are they being struck? As of April 30th, the USS Higgins did not get hit by an enemy weapon, but suffered a serious disabling engineering fire in the Indo-Pacific that left the destroyer dead in the water. The fire in the propulsion power compartment caused a loss of electrical power and propulsion. Do y'all hear this? I mean, they just keep having fires in these ships and it's not ever being hit and it's literally dead in the water. Like, okay, I'm going to call BS. But anywho, let's go to Keg's Breath. Getting into it, Defense Secretary Pete Keg's Breath and General Dan Kane testified before Senate Armed Services Committee. And then he gets into it with Senator Kelly. Okay, this is like let me see, it's a 6-minute clip. Okay, then after this, we're going to move on. Likes up, everyone, please. Don't forget to like and share. Thank you. Claudette said how that happened. Yeah, that's what I'd like to know. Okay, that's exactly what I want to know, beloved. Good question.
Exchange. Senator Kelly.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Gentlemen, thank you for being here. Secretary Hegseth, safe to say that our weapons like SM-3s, Tomahawks, Patriot missiles have capabilities that are unmatched. That's why they cost a lot, take a long time to produce. Your budget requests $31.8 billion to expand production capacity for critical missile stockpiles. Is that correct? 31.8?
I'm looking at 53 billion for munitions acceleration over 14 critical munitions, of which the ones you listed are a part.
Okay,
so I believe
53.
more than that. Yes, sir.
More than 20 billion more. So we've been working together to grow the industrial base because we're all worried about how our stockpiles would hold up in a conflict against China. Since the start of this war, you've made it a point to highlight the number of strikes the U.S. military is carrying out, citing that more than 13,000 targets had been struck as of April 8th. On March 2nd, you said, and this is a quote, this was a massive, overwhelming attack across all domains of warfare, striking more than 1,000 targets in the first 24 hours. On March 10th, you said, yet again, our most intense day of strikes inside of Iran. On April 6th, you said, and this is another quote, the largest volume of strikes since day one of this operation. Your department has released video after video of things blowing up. None of us doubt the strength of the U.S. military and their ability to do hard things. I understand that better than anybody. The questions we should be asking and answering are, what does this cost us and what does it achieve for the American people? Many of these strikes use our best weapons, and we're using a lot of them. and a lot of interceptors. Open source reporting has estimated that the military has used an outrageous number of Patriots. I'm not even going to say the numbers, but a lot of Patriots, a lot of THAAD rounds, JASSM-ER, Tomahawks, very expensive, exquisite. We can't make these munitions overnight, and it's clear from your budget request that you know that. Can you tell us how many years specifically is it going to take to replace these systems?
Senator, thank you for the question. I would defer to the comptroller on the amount because I think it's a lot higher than 53. If you look at long-range fires, JASSMs, LRASMs, Tomahawks, we're looking at 238 billion.
Okay,
we're
a
looking
lot.
at 40 billion for hypersonic. So I actually think it's closer to 330 billion in munitions.
Okay, how many
ultimately-
years to replenish? That's the question.
I think that's exactly the right question too, Senator, because the time frame we were existing under was unacceptable.
Okay, well,
and what
tell
this
me-
budget does, months and years, fast.
Years.
I mean, we're building new plants in real time.
So
that
just to
will
replace what we have
2x,
expended,
I said months.
and then you said years.
Both, it depends on the weapon system, but 2 to 3, 4x of what we have today. So
Okay.
yes, we're dealing with a reality under the previous administration of what they sent to Ukraine and what they allocated
Okay,
elsewhere.
I got it. So
And
we
we're
fired
rapidly doing it
years
quickly.
worth of munitions. And it is clear that these are being expended to try to achieve some objectives. That was the plan. But, Mr. Secretary, this war is stuck. The Strait of Hormuz is closed. The Iranian regime is in place. The nuclear material still in their hands. Americans are being crushed by higher costs. And it's not clear to them at all what the goal of this war is. So, I've got about a minute, and I want to go to another topic. I saw your hearing yesterday, and I'm going to give you one more chance to address a question here. It's my understanding that the definition of no quarter is that legitimate offers of surrender will be refused, or that detainees will be executed. Is that your understanding of the definition?
The only entity that would kill detainees or target civilians is the Iranians, and they're the ones being crushed.
So
It's the
you-
Iranian military and their military capabilities.
The question
So
is, do
I
you
disagree
understand?
completely with your articulation.
No, do you understand the definition that I just read you? Because that's the definition from your department's law of war manual. Is that your understanding? And I'm gonna just get to the point here.
We fight to win and we follow the law, Senator.
Okay, so your quote was, "We will keep pushing, keep advancing, no quarter, no mercy for our enemies." And yesterday, you did not clarify whether you stand by this statement. So I'm going to give you another opportunity to clarify if that is what you meant. Do you stand by that statement you made on March 13th?
We have untied the hands of our warfighters. We fight to win and we follow the law.
Okay, so you're not clarifying. So you stand by that statement. So you're the
Well-
Secretary of Defense. The things you say matter. And your response here, right now, makes it clear to the American people exactly why you are not right for this
It makes it
job.
clear to our enemies, Senator.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Senator Sheehy has left the room, but it's been whispered to me that I just referred to him in the last exchange as Senator Schmidt. I don't know if he considered that a compliment or an insult, but I would do correct that for the record. Senator Slotkin, I think you were next.
Thank you. Gentlemen, you're here to ask for $1.5 trillion, 40% more than what we gave you last year, a trillion.
Senator Warren.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So Americans are paying a high price.
Okay. Danielle said maybe the fire on the ship is self-sabotage. That's been happening on those ships. You know, that's a thought because some of these soldiers definitely don't want to be in that war. Okay, some of them definitely don't want to be in that war. And so, that is a thought. But what I do know is I find it strange that they keep having these fires and they don't have a good explanation for it. They keep saying they've not been hit. I'm inclined to think that they're absolutely lying. But, like I said, some of these soldiers absolutely don't want to be there. They want to go home. Okay, so now with that all being said, listen, have you all heard about the kill switches, the kill switch law? Once in the chat, if you've heard about the kill switch law, where they say that new vehicles after 2026, new vehicles have to have a kill switch that the government can control. Once in the chat. Okay, so some of you have and some of you have not. So I find it all interesting because what they're trying to say is they have this under the guise that they want to try to prohibit drunk driving. This is all crazy to me. It's an invasion of privacy. They should not have any type of control over your vehicle or mine. Okay? I mean, we've long heard rumors. They can call us conspiracy theorists if they want, but we've long heard rumors of how they can control people's cars, and just different things. Like in the case of Paul Walker, there was rumors that his car was remote controlled and that somebody made him have that crash, but who knows? Okay, so listen to this because this is back in the news. This is back in the news. Now, they have been talking about it for quite a few years, but okay, so a growing social media frenzy suggests that the federal government will soon require a kill switch in new cars. In its most extreme form, the claim says it will let government officials deactivate all cars remotely. Now, the rumor spiraled last week as politicians got involved. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis posted on X, the social media site formerly known as Twitter, saying the idea that the federal government would require auto manufacturers to equip cars with a kill switch that can be controlled by the government is something you'd expect in Orwell's 1984. What is this controversy that pits mothers against drunk driving, known as MAG, against the governor of Florida and some House Republicans, they say? Well, that's because many people think that it has a whole lot more to do with them just trying to be in control rather than actual prevention of people driving drunk. Okay, now let's go to a video. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Okay, here we go.
So the U.S. government has now mandated that cars manufactured after the year 2026 be installed with a kill switch, which means that your vehicle can now be disabled if an impairment is detected. No problem with that at all. I can't imagine an instance where the government would abuse such a power. This mandate was a part of Joe Biden's infrastructure bill that he signed into law in 2021. And what I said was not a joke. This technology, according to the bill, passively monitors the performance of a driver of a motor vehicle to accurately identify whether that driver may be impaired and prevent or limit motor vehicle operation if an impairment is quote unquote detected. The government will literally now be able to disable your car. And so last night, Congressman Thomas Massie from Kentucky put forward an amendment to strike this provision. And every single Democrat voted against it. But since Republicans control the majority in the House, it certainly passed, right? Well, wrong. It failed because 19 Republicans voted with Democrats in order to keep this mandate. Here is a list of them right here. Gee, I can only imagine why Republicans are struggling to perform in off-year elections. Why Republicans aren't exactly motivated to vote for any of these people. Because they can't even do anything as fucking simple as removing the government's power to limit your freedom of movement. So the kill switches are coming, guys. I can't imagine what could possibly go wrong.
Okay, so let me just tell you. Let me just tell you what could go wrong. A whole lot could go wrong. Okay? A whole lot could go wrong. What if they cut your car off while you're on the highway. Now, there was a case where something like that absolutely happened. And I do believe that the family sued because the car had a kill switch on it. You know, they do put these kill switches on cars when someone buys a car from like one of those buy here, pay here places. Basically, they buy a car from a buy here, pay here place, and then if you don't pay the car note on time, they'll put a kill switch on it so the car won't start. But in this case, there was a mother who was driving, and the car just cut off, like just remotely shut off. Okay, and then here's the thing. Hold on, I think this is it right here. Let's go to this. But what if someone is trying to get help or get away from something? Because mind you, they say that the car will become disabled if you're driving erratically or you're driving like what the AI system deems as not being the norm. What if it's an emergency? What if you're frantic? You're trying to flee. Someone's chasing you. It could be any type of scenario. You jump in the car and the car won't start or the car cuts off because you're driving crazy according to the algorithm. Do y'all see how this can be ridiculous? Okay, now let's listen to this video. Like some, everyone please like and share.
And all of a sudden, your engine stops. You frantically try to merge right as your car rapidly decelerates, all in the hopes that you can get to the shoulder before something horrific happens. Now imagine the reason your engine randomly cut out was because the company that sold you that car shut it off remotely. That's what happened to Victoria Carter and her children in June of 2021. The used car company responsible was ultimately forced by the government to pay millions back to consumers who fell victim to their faulty engine kill switches and other illegal behavior. And that money might never actually reach consumers like Victoria due to our present political environment. This is more than just a story about a scam. It goes deep into how Doge is really running the government, and why each and every one of us is now more vulnerable to the kinds of illegal behavior that almost killed Victoria.
Okay, and now they're going to have those things purposely put in your vehicles. And it's already passed. They've tried to repeal it, but the attempts to repeal it have all failed. So it's just what it is. Okay, it's just what it is. Roddy says car manufacturers will have to file bankruptcy. They will if nobody's buying cars, because I'm not buying a car with a darn kill switch in it. They can miss me with it. Okay, that's what I'm not going to do. But also, before we get into this whole thing about the gas station, let's talk again about Meg Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson. Do you all know that there are some Meg Thee Stallion fans that are so obsessed and obtuse that they're sitting here going in and saying they're breaking up with their boyfriends because she broke up with Klay? There's a woman who's trying to do voodoo on him. It's all so crazy. Like, I literally can't believe what I was seeing. Some of these people are really sick. But again, what does the word fan actually stand for? Fanatics. And that's what these people are. They're sick and demented. Okay? I want you all to pay attention. Let's go to the clip.
I played the video, but so y'all are breaking up with your boyfriends because Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson broke up. That's disgusting.
You do realize that has now set every nigga back from getting a girlfriend, because if Meg can't get one and y'all encouraging that, I don't want nothing to do with y'all.
You parasocial demons. She don't know any of y'all. How's she stopping everybody else from getting a relationship? Because she can't find love.
On medium terms with your girlfriend, she's gone. If you was thinking about getting a girlfriend, she gone. If you had a crush on a girl, she don't want you.
She don't fucking know you. What man or woman want to be in a relationship with somebody that dictates how their relationship will go off a celebrity that doesn't know them? You even got some people doing fake voodoo on him. Do y'all not feel ashamed? Do y'all not find this weird? And then that creator that was doing the fake voodoo was making threats on Instagram telling people that she go do a video on them. All right, keep playing like that. Klay Thompson cheated on Megan Thee Stallion. Yes, he's 100% wrong. But what you Megan Thee Stallion fans are doing is very, very unhealthy.
This is all so nefarious. These people are so sad and pathetic. Okay, absolutely nefarious. And here's the thing. Klay has been cheating on Megan. She just found out, in my opinion, because if you all remember, there was a picture that she posted some time ago where she and he were holding a house key standing in front of a home, and they had their hands put together like the heart shape. And so like they purchased a house, right? Like he bought a second house and he was giving her a key. Well, he likely got that second house, and gave her a key because all the cheating was likely going on at his previous house. And he didn't have to worry about her pulling up there because she's got a key to the new house. See, that's what men do. Okay. But for these women to be sitting up here talking about breaking up with their boyfriends because she broke up with Clay, they are so ridiculous. Okay. I hope that anybody watching them doing these silly arse videos never dates them, because how dumb are you? It's absolutely hilarious. Okay, now Lillian X says, how would we even know if it's in there, Queen? Well, beloved, you're going to know because it's the law. Okay, it's the law. That's how we're all going to know that these things, these kill switches, are in the vehicles, because it is now the law. They have tried to repeal it. They have been unsuccessful. So starting in 2027, all new cars and vehicles alike have to have kill switches. So if you buy a new car, that's what's going to be in there. Okay, also interesting. Now let's talk about this whole thing with this gas station, what's going on here with Quanell X and Dr. Candace Matthews. Okay, so let me go to this article because they got this stuff on the news. They made a big fuss about it, and I'm glad they did. Child denied restroom at Houston gas station humiliated after video shared. Police investigating. Family says video of incident involving middle school student was shared. Okay, so a child was denied access to a restroom at a Houston gas station and is now the center of a police investigation after the family says the video was shared with others, and this led to bullying at school. Now, the report was filed after the child's grandmother went to police regarding what the family describes as a humiliating situation at a fuel depot on Belford Avenue. Here's the thing. It would not have just been a humiliating situation. It would have been child porn. Because why the hell are you recording this young man with his pants down? That's what she should have said. Forget humiliation. She should have told them she's pressing charges for them recording him unclothed. Those are much more serious charges that would have had the person to be a S offender. And also, I want you to pay attention, because here's the thing. Now, if they made the child go and use the bathroom behind the building, that's one thing. But why in the hell would you go back there and record him? I'm going to tell you why. Because the person who did it, because who in the hell wants to see somebody take a poop, right? Who wants to see that, let alone record it? I'm going to tell you why they did it, because they are a PDF file and because they have a fetish. It's a feces fetish, and it's known as coprophilia. Okay, there's people that are into this sick stuff. I just saw a video a couple of weeks ago where a woman said that her boyfriend kicked her out of the house because she wouldn't tell him, or she didn't tell him that she had to do number 2. And then the police were like, well, why would he want you to tell him? She said because he has a fetish and he likes to watch her do it, and she didn't want him to watch, and so she didn't tell him. And when he found out that she took one without letting him know, he was ticked off. Okay, and then he jumped on her and then kicked her out. Okay, so please pay attention. So that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like some sick, demented freak trying to get their rocks off, and that's why they recorded it, because who in the hell wants to see somebody take a dump? Okay, otherwise. Now, the case is now being reviewed by the Houston Police Department's Crimes Against Children unit, according to the family. The situation came to light after the boy, a middle school student, refused to return to school. Family members later learned other students had been teasing him after a video began circulating. According to the family, the child stopped at the gas station after school and asked to use the restroom, but was told it was out of service. He then went behind the building where surveillance cameras captured the incident. Well, it wasn't just surveillance cameras. This person absolutely shared it, recorded it on their phone, because that's how the other kids got it, from the phone. They recorded it on their phones from the clerk's phone. Okay, so the clerk literally was standing there with a cell phone, obviously. Okay, so now let's continue. I'm going to go to a news report. Likes up, everyone, please, a like and share. Actually, we're just going to go to Quanell. When they first pulled up. after they got wind of the situation.
Where Grandma at? Come on, Grandma.
Hey, where's Fiona? Sir? Where's the owner? I don't want no damn card. Where's the owner? Sir? Yeah, I don't want no business card. I want the owner. How you doing, brother? You shouldn't spend one goddamn dollar in this store.
Y'all shouldn't spend
y'all
nothing.
shouldn't spend not a goddamn dollar in this store. What this store did,
activities going on.
exploiting a young black child, embarrassing a young black child, and told a black child that they could not use the restroom to go and do in the back. And then these no good bastards recorded that child and then took the video and showed it to all of the kids leaving the school, our babies leaving school, and they showing them a video when their classmates poo-pooing, embarrassing this young brother and treating him like he's less than a human. I want the owner. What is this?
Go get your money back.
I don't need no lawyer's
No, get your money back.
I don't want no.
Get your refund. Get your money back.
Where's the owner? Where is the owner? What are we talking about?
Get your money back.
Are you the owner? Where's the owner? Because we ain't gonna make no more goddamn money today. Where's the owner?
And give him his refund too.
Where's the owner?
Kind of Epstein stuff y'all got going on.
Do you realize that video is pornographic? That video is sexual in nature? That is a crime? He committed a crime. I want the owner. We ain't making no more money today.
None. We're gonna shut this whole thing down. And give him his money back.
None of y'all spend no money in here.
Don't spend no money in here.
Don't spend another damn dime in this store.
Refund his tab for this Arizona. Go get your refund, brother.
Yeah, get your refund.
You ain't paying. Give his money back.
I'll buy you one somewhere else. Get your refund.
Refund.
I'll buy you one somewhere else. The hell with that drink.
You ain't buying nothing from this old Epstein Island gas station they got going on.
Okay, you don't work here. All right, appreciate you, my brother. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. Did you call me?
Nobody.
Isn't it just nefarious? Like, who does that? Well, let's go to the next clip. They're not letting anybody buy a darn thing out of there. Please pay attention.
From this old Epstein Island gas station they got going on.
Quanell X and Dr. Matthews visited a fuel depot gas station on Belford in Sunnyside after allegations that a child was forced to use the restroom outside.
And the child had to wipe his behind on the grass.
They had toilet paper in there. And they told a little boy, wipe your behind on the grass on the ground. You no good, dirty, low-down snakes.
A clerk later shared video of the incident with other students, allowing them to record, which led to bullying at school.
Now the boy, when he went to school, they made mockery of this kid. They bullied this kid because these no good, dirty bastards who are not from our community, who don't give a damn about black people, dehumanize a child like that. He thought it was funny. The man thought it was funny. Don't you spend a dime in this store.
And I want you all to pay attention because this is exactly the type of bullying that leads to children taking their own lives. How many stories have I done on this? And I've interviewed parents whose children took their lives due to bullying. So there's nothing funny about this. He needs to be locked up.
A flyer with a video screenshot was also posted on the door for the public to see. The case is now under investigation by the Houston Police Department's Crimes Against.
Wait a minute, did y'all hear that? They posted something on the door for everybody to see, like a screenshot? Absolutely low down, honey.
Children Unit. The store owner did not show up during the visit, despite employees repeatedly stating he was on his way.
That's some freaky stuff, man. That's some Epstein freaking foolishness they got going on around here. Why you do that? I be in that room. Don't nobody spend no money in here. I'm gonna go use the restroom right here. I do it every day. You ain't buying nothing from this old F.
That's a darn shame. Let's go to the next clip. This happened in Texas, in Houston, Texas.
Yeah, and I'm going to start with this. The Houston Police Department is investigating this. We got a case number from the family. That's how we know that information. But it begs the question, do businesses here in Texas have to let the public use their restroom? I'm going to answer that in a moment. But first, I want to show you more about this story, including the moment that we walked into this fuel depot. Remember, this is the same exact gas station that last Thursday, this young boy tried to go into. The clerk at the counter said, no, you can't use this bathroom.
I feel bad, and to see my grandson sad every day like that, I feel real bad for him. I started crying when I seen that video and looked at him in his eyes.
There's not even a sign that says no. Dude, there's a thing that says restrooms. Big sign that says restrooms here. In a big bathroom. I mean, it's a big...
And he was lying when he said the restroom was out of service. He wanted to see that child. He probably has a fetish, like I said.
normal bathroom. I don't know why this kid couldn't have been allowed to use this. It was easy for us to walk in here. We just opened the door.
So what does the guy behind the counter have to say about all this?
Hey, my name's Gage. I'm with KPRC2 News.
I'll spare you the conversation that I can barely hear through this glass wall.
So basically, this guy was saying he works at a different store. This isn't his normal store. He knows about what happened, but isn't sure what happened in the situation or what happened to the employee there. But we got the phone number for the guy that owns this gas station.
I'll save you this conversation too. It turns out this isn't the owner, rather their attorney.
This is one of his client or something, I'm not sure. So, but he doesn't own the gas station now.
Okay, yeah, I'd really appreciate a phone call. Well, do you think he's going to be able to reach out to me today?
Yes, sir.
He's not a bad child. He's a good child. I would never put your child on there like that.
All right, so the Houston Police Department, we do know that they're investigating here. I've reached out to the police department asking what, if any, charges could possibly come out of a situation like this. I want to remind you, this is a 13-year-old boy caught on camera doing business with no clothes from the waist down. So you can only imagine the embarrassing nature of this and the provocativeness of this. That's why we didn't show you this video here in the story. The police department has not answered my questions yet. But within the last half an hour or so here, there were community activists like Candace Matthews and Quanell that, for the most part, shut down this gas station. And then people in the community were here as well. Our community news partner, Grizzly's Hood News, was here. Many people demanding answers from the owner of this gas station. I'm told that they own several gas stations in the area. The clerk said they called the owner, but we waited for about 45 minutes or so. The owner never showed up. So a lot of questions that still need to be answered.
Yeah, he wasn't going to show up because they lied and told Quanell and Dr. Matthews that he was on his way and would be there in 20 or 10 minutes, and he never showed up. Yes, it was a 13-year-old.
Wipe his rear
on the grass.
On the grass.
Embarrassed, humiliated. That's what a 13-year-old boy is feeling right now after he came here to this fuel depot in the Sunnyside neighborhood.
Absolutely egregious. That's the same clip. Hold on, beloveds.
Bathrooms in there. Told him to go behind the building, take a poop, then took a video and recorded that child. And then when the kids got out of school, the man was behind the counter showing the video to the other students and saying, look at his butt, look at his wee-wee, look at his behind, making fun of the child's organs. Don't you spend one goddamn penny in this no-good devil store. You don't do our babies like that. And if we give that man a penny, what we're saying to him, it's okay to do our kids like that. We got to send these people a message today. So the owner allegedly is on the way. Don't let him make a penny till he get here. We're demanding the immediate termination of that employee. He can't work in our neighborhood no more.
Oh, don't spend no money in that.
Don't spend a penny with this state.
Okay.
They wouldn't dare do this to somebody else's community.
Oh, no.
Now I want you all to pay attention to the stupid black lady trying to still go in, you dumb broad. Okay, after you see people out here raising holy hell and talking about what happened. This is the idiocy of some black women. Okay, it's usually black women. And I'm saying it because if you all remember, that man who punched that black lady in her mouth at the beauty supply store, because her little son, who was about 2 or 3, picked up a little $2 keychain or whatever. She noticed it once they got outside, and she turned around and gave it back to him. But he proceeds to follow her out the store, lecturing her. This was in Oklahoma, and punched her in the mouth because he didn't like what she was saying. And she called the police. She ended up going to the hospital having to get stitches. So the next day, like 10 black men were outside protesting and telling women not to go in there and buy anything. But because the owner, knowing that he's going to lose business, decides to put his hair weave on sale for half off, ignorant black women, ghetto hood rat birds, lined up all around the building. I hate these kind of Negroes. But let's continue.
And the child was black? Yes.
Black child. They had toilet paper in there. And they told the little boy right there behind on the grass on the ground. You know good, dirty, low down snakes.
And then they posted his picture on the right here on the doors, like a criminal.
Then they took his picture and put his picture on the door.
Of him using the restroom.
They put a child's picture on the door. When the
Since he wanted to put that child's picture on the door like that, with him in that position, he should be charged. Okay, he should definitely be charged with child porn. Because why are you posting that? He should be charged with the distribution of child porn, period.
avenues are brand new. At what point is risen people going to say enough is enough? All we know for the last hour, he ain't made 1 penny. For the last hour, they haven't sold 1 thing in the store. For the last hour, they sold no gas. Do you see your power? You have power. You can make them respect you, but we got to do it together. If we do it together, they can't do this kind of stuff and get away with it. I guarantee you, when they go to the bank in the morning, when they make the deposits tonight, they're going to wonder why the money's so low. Why the number's so low? Because for 1 hour, we shut it completely down. Not a single cup of gas, not a cigarette, not a soda, not a beer can was sold in this store for that whole 1 hour. Can you hang with us just 15 more minutes? That 1 hour, just 15 more minutes. And we sent a hell of a message today. Do not tolerate this bullshit, Nick. The owner's scared to death to come. Thank you for your support. Thank you, brothers and sisters.
Appreciate you. Appreciate all y'all.
Thank you. Thank you, babe. All right, Hood News peeps, can you guys hear me? Let me know if you guys can hear me. It's your girl Grizzy reporting live here. Belfort, 4410 Belfort in the Sunnyside area, friends. Let me know if y'all can hear me. We're in Sunnyside.
Don't come to our hood that bull car. We're going to check you, baby.
Thank you. I love you. Thank you so much. Hey, yes, friend.
Come on, get that bull car. We're going to check you, baby.
Already. I got you. All right, friends. Reporting live. The community gathered together. And it's not, like Quanell said, we had white people show up and support. We had Hispanic people coming up and supporting and recording.
Okay, so that young lady that was talking did like a follow-up. So I'm going to go to that. We'll go to a few minutes of that, and then we're out of here. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. Thank you in advance, beloveds.
First, but you guys know always what to do, friends. And so, yeah, the first thing, hey, let's I told grandma, we got to call the cops. We got to get the cops involved. Next is she's going to probably want to take this to court, and she can, rightfully so, because they should have never had, this boy was naked from the waist down to use the restroom. And this grown man is showing all these kids. So all the kids that he shared that with essentially are victims too. Like, if you think about it, he shared child exploitation material because that's what it is. Like, I don't know why he downloaded that on his phone, but this guy has this image, this video, and it's a long video of the boy pooping and everything he did. He pulls down his pants to use the restroom. So yeah, he's exposed. And he's got that. So yeah, HPD, thank you. I love y'all. I love HPD, man. I love that, man. Friends, I'm so grateful. So it's crimes against children, and there's 2 police reports, it looks like. I don't know. It's like 2 different things that are going on. I don't know. But yeah, CAC is crimes, major, let me see what it says. I can't read this. I don't know. I can't even read what it says. Hold on. Let me see if I can. I saved it on my phone real quick. Hold on. So yes, there is a police report. And if you have children, don't let them stop at that gas station, y'all, because there's a man in there that's very inappropriate, and that's not right, friends. That is not right at all. At all. Pictures of the boy with his pants down, pooping and scooting.
Okay, just low down and nefarious. Okay, with that all being said, yes, Red Wine Entertainment said straight exploitation. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Reggie said, ain't that the same department that woman worked for? Yeah, she was in Houston, wasn't she? Hold on, let me just double check real quick. Good question. Ashley Gonzalez. Hold on. Yep, she did, Reggie. Yep, she sure did. That's where she worked. Okay, so and yeah, of course, that's who she worked for. I just thought about it because Quanell and Dr. Matthews also addressed that situation. They're the reason she got fired because initially they were going to let her resign. Yeah, so that's absolutely the same police department. Okay, so listen, I hope you all enjoyed the broadcast. I'm going to conclude it, and I'll see you all in the morning for your morning wake-up call. Until then, each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always, beloveds, remember to keep the Most High first in your lives, okay? I love you all to life, and until next time, peace.
Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got